On today's show, some high school kids play sports, others settle for video games. But we found two teenagers who choose a different way.
These guys can fish!
Next, the ancient way of hunting. The sport of kings, they say, all about falconry. Snowmobiles these days are high-tech, lightning-fast machines, but some folks still prefer a slightly slower pace, and it's exactly why lovers of the Scorpion gather every winter. And our Minnesota-bound classic takes a break from the snow and ice. It's time for a little warm weather fishing in the Bahamas. Those stories and more next.
Minnesota Bound. Brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers.
Coming up, it's the story behind one of Minnesota's most beloved brand of snowmobiles, the Scorpion.
Closed captioning is brought to you by the Yard.
Coming up, a story that brings back many fond memories for me. My first snowmobile was a Scorpion. You can't find them anymore. Yet a bunch of folks who own Scorpions and still do gather to celebrate what a great sled it was. Bill Shirk tagged along.
How time flies. On a frozen Minnesota lake, winter takes a step back.
Here it is, it's our 10th year, and we still have a terrific turnout. Probably about 200 sleds for a single brand. That's a lot of machines.
More than 50 years ago, the Scorpion Snowmobile Company settled in Crosby, Minnesota. Although the Scorpion brand lasted only 20 years, the legacy still grinds along. Exactly why Crosby's annual Scorpion Snowmobile reunion now celebrates 10 years.
It's our 10th year already. We still have a ton of people that come. They come from all over the U.S. and Canada.
To do this.
This is 1980 quad track.
Show off their Scorpions.
This one came out of Princeton area. It was in a barn. I've got about 300-400 hours into it, fixing it up because it's parts and pieces.
Okay, showing off isn't really the point. This day is more about protecting and celebrating Minnesota winter history.
I was about 15 years old when I got it, and I found another one just like it, thank goodness, because I had a lot of fun with it when I was a kid. And Scorpion's kind of in my blood, and I'm never gonna lose it.
This is getting pretty mega now, sled collecting.
I think it's a big deal. They've been around a long time, and people still like them. You know, it's really interesting. I guess my choice was good when I was a young kid.
I do like Scorpions, they're my favorite.
Troy Anderson rebuilt his dad's 1970 Scorpion. For Troy, it's the feel of a classic machine on fresh snow.
Yeah, I like riding them old sleds. I actually prefer it than the new ones. You gotta ride them. You can't just sit there.
So we came from Iowa up here and brought our sled along. Back in the 70s, I rode Scorpion sleds for about 10 years through there until they went out of business. Well, we just saw it and I thought that'd be pretty cool to come up and look at all these old sleds. Here we are.
People have that kind of association with this brand and this event.
Randy Harrison sure understands. See, his dad co-founded the company. Even now, Dick Harrison still runs Serpent Lake in the original machine. Inventors call it the air sled.
That's Grandpa's creation.
Every reunion, these flying snow machines truly attract attention.
These machines represent bygone time, youth, enjoyment. There was history here that was very close to being completely forgotten.
The entire point of the reunion.
Keep it alive, you know. It's just going to go away if nobody does it.
So, next February, listen for the faint hum of 200 classic Minnesota machines. It's the sound of history screaming by at a cool 15 miles an hour.
To see people still enjoy the brand and enjoy getting together to talk about it, it's amazing.
Well, that about does it for us. Remember, introduce a kid to the great outdoors. I'm Ron Sherman, of course, always the star of the show. Yes, is Raven, and she knows it.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433. For more information on these stories and more, catch us on the web at mnbound.com.